record. All right, what's up, everybody? This is DC Sports for Life. You're looking at B,
And I'm D.
and we're back with you, and we're going to do a little pod today. We're going to talk about the U.S. national team. We're going to talk about the Nationals, which my boy D has got a blurry picture trying to show you. Um, let's see if you can focus that in. It's for our show and tell. Is that Strasburg?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
little
there we
bit.
go.
There you go. Whoop, hold on. Come up a little bit closer to the camera. You had it. Come towards me. Hold on. Stay
Uh,
still. I don't know.
that's annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying. You stink. Boo.
Ooh. But anyway, it's Strasburg during the 2019 World Series run in which he
Yes.
was the MVP.
Yes. And everybody
Yeah.
can be mad, and we were obviously mad about how much, we paid him, and then he had that thoracic something syndrome that basically ended his career. So something I had never heard of
Yeah.
before that, but since then, I've heard multiple people with it. So that's crazy. With me, I wasn't able to dig out anything nationals. All my national stuff is in storage in a box. But since we do love the Commanders,
Oh yeah,
I
baby.
got me a signed Chris Samuels jersey from, I believe this one was from draft day. I went there 1 year at the
Oh,
stadium
that's
for
cool.
draft day, and he was there signing autographs and stuff. And we waited in line and got a picture with him and got that jersey signed by him. So sure, not a ton of people have a Chris Samuels jersey. So if you're watching this and you got one, hit me up in the comments and let me know that, hey, I got a Samuels jersey too, and we represent old school.
That's right, baby. That's right. One of the best left tackles of that era.
We were so spoiled with him. I mean, he came right in from, I
Yeah.
believe, Alabama, right?
Yeah,
Um,
Alabama. Yeah, third overall
and
pick.
yep, and put him right in the lineup and didn't have to worry about left tackle for what, a
10
decade
years.
almost? About a decade, I think he played
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah,
Yep.
10 years. Yeah.
10 years. Okay. So as we were saying, we're talking about the U.S. national team at first. We're going to get into the Nationals in a bit, but the U.S. national team is 2-0. And granted, I looked up the FIFA rankings for Australia and for um who do we beat? Paraguay, and then we got to play
Paraguay. Yeah.
Turkey because they evidently changed the
Mhm.
name because they don't want to be involved with a bird. So so have you heard that? Have you
Yeah.
heard that they've changed how they say
Yeah.
it and they've changed the spelling? Um
Yeah.
so at least the
So
soccer,
funny.
they call them Turkey or Turkey, one of those two.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to call it Turkey. That's what it is. They're already eliminated, so we have to play them on Thursday. So you just got to watch out and make sure they're not, trying to hurt our guys. I would just start a whole bunch of bench players, rest Pulisic again, because he didn't play last game because of some soreness and
Yeah, calf. He had a
yeah,
calf issue.
yeah, not really an injury, but just something I think they
No.
didn't want to push it. I thought that they figured, hey, we can get by Australia. They're going to play like a really rough game, and we don't want to put him out there to kind of get beat up. So, in
Hmm.
honor of the U.S. national team, I have a couple little clips of
Nice.
music here that I want to play, and let me make sure that it's geared up on my Bluetooth speaker. All right. And make sure it plays. All right, let's see if you can hear this. Since will be served and the battle will rage. This big dog will fight when you rattle his cage. You'll be sorry that you mess with the U.S. of A. Why? Why you gonna be sorry? Put a boot in your ass. It's the American way.
Nice. I
So,
like that. I like that.
so that's
Very patriotic.
yes, I mean, if you can't get patriotic when your national team is playing, then maybe you shouldn't be an American. Maybe you shouldn't live in the country, you know? Yeah,
Yeah.
our country isn't perfect. On God's green earth, there is no country that is perfect. We have a whole bunch of um, dishonest people. We have a whole bunch of crooks in the government. You can have whatever political belief you want, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent. There's crooks, and there's people who are stealing from us and everything else. But if you can't get patriotic about this, then there's something wrong with
Yeah, most definitely. Most
you.
definitely.
So I got one more that I want to play. And this was cool if you watched the end of the last game at least. Um I'm gonna pause it real quick. Home, country road, country road, take me home to the place. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. Did you watch the end of the Paraguay game? I mean the Australia game?
Yeah, yeah, I watched both of them. Yeah.
Okay, so at the end, if you stayed around after the game, that's one of their songs that they play after the match, after a win. And the
Hmm.
whole stadium was singing. They zoomed in on some national players like Pulisic. He was singing it. Crowd going nuts. Believe they were in Seattle for this last one. I didn't see it on the first one, but yeah, man, I just thought I was like, that's cool. I mean, having the whole stadium sing that, and if you're watching this, and for you too, D, if you haven't seen the Scottish fans singing this
Oh,
song in a bar in Boston, do yourself
yep,
a favor and
yep.
look it up. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's crazy. It
As
is.
amazing as John Denver sounds on this, to me, the Scots do it way better. It with their
Yeah.
accents, it's amazing. So if you haven't seen it, if you're watching this, just Google Scott sing Country Roads and look for the one with the bar. And it's only like I mean, maybe a 20-second clip, if that. But do yourself a favor, you'll love it. If you need a feel good moment, there it is, right there. All right. So now
Nice.
we're going to get back into business. The Washington Nationals. Yes, they lost today, 4-3. They were winning. They gave up a home run in the seventh inning to lose the game, but 40-38. So before we start into the stats and deep diving everything, I want to get your thoughts right now, D, on what we're watching with the Nationals.
Well, I think what we're watching here is we're watching a team that for the last 7 years have been down in the dumps, and we're starting to see them coming out of the darkness.
Yes.
We're starting to see a team start to play relevant, meaningful baseball. Players are developing. Abrams and Wood are playing out of their minds. Woods right now is third in the league in home runs. Abrams is third in the league in RBIs. Bottom line is that their young players are developing. They're a pesky team. They have a shot at a wild card. It's great to see. All those trades we made for Soto, and we traded off players, and some of these young guys are finally starting to really perform.
Mhm.
The pitching isn't great,
Mhm.
but it's holding on. And the offense right now is just playing out of its mind. And
Yeah.
like you said, they're 40-38. They're right there. It's beautiful to see. Their coaches are really coaching them up. And it's really nice to see.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's a pleasant surprise. Um, I believe we're like fourth lowest in salary right now.
Hmm.
I believe we're fourth lowest. So for being a team kind of like that, they hired Paul Taboni from Boston, who I believe actually may have had some time with Tampa, I believe, with the
Yeah.
Rays. So he knows all about that, not having a whole bunch of money because the learners are cheap as hell right now and don't want to spend any money on the team. So hopefully they decide to sell the team again and somebody buys them. Um, because we're about to turn that corner, I think. You had Taboni is a young guy. He turns around and hires Blake Butera, I think his name is called. Butera. Uh,
Butera, yeah.
Hires him, another young manager, first time major league manager, to help with all these young guys and bringing them in. Um, and you can see a difference with our offense. Um, there's not a whole bunch of different players playing for us this year than last year. But what has changed
No,
is the approach and the coaching. Um, Whoever, our hitting coach deserves massive respect for what he's done um, with everybody, but especially the first guy on the list. I got my stats up here. I got the offensive side for baseballreference.com. And obviously, this doesn't include today, but Keibert Ruiz, who was
Mhm.
I would say the biggest name really in the trade with the Dodgers when we sent Trey Turner and uh oh my gosh, the Scherzer, Max Scherzer. Um
Scherzer, yeah.
so he was really the big name in there was Ruiz, and he's been a disappointment. He was off today. They give him multiple days off. I don't know if they kind of
Hmm.
lefty righty him or something like that, but 27 years old. Right now he's batting 280, which he hasn't sniffed
Yep.
280 since he's
Nope.
a national.
Batting 280. Yep.
Um, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. He's got on base percentage of 299, um, 484 slugging, 783 ops. I mean, their hitting coach has really turned him around. Honestly, I don't think he's 27. I don't think the light bulb came on for him by himself. I think this hitting coach really had a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's definitely that. The hitting coach is definitely, and you could see it in the lineup. I mean, everyone's averages are up. Statistics are up offensively. The hitting coach has made a big improvement on this lineup, no doubt.
Yeah, and I'm just looking up real quick because I want to give him his props for his name. Oh God, of course I'm gonna have to say his name. Matt Borg Schulte.
Hmm.
Matt Borg Schulte. Kind of upset I looked that up. But but I mean, whoever he is, man, he's done amazing with our batters. Um, so yeah, 280 for Ruiz is crazy. Um, Finally rounding into form. He's actually thrown base runners out this year, which was never a thing for him. Everybody knew you could run on him, so he was just a liability in that aspect. But he's actually been able to throw some people out this year. Next on the list that they have, Luis Garcia Jr. They have him listed as a first baseman. He's 26 years old. He's played first. He came up as a second baseman, but
Yeah,
he was terrible in the field. So
yeah.
they said, well, let's try him at first, and he's not as terrible in the field, so he
No.
can catch the ball coming at him. And they're trying him in a different spot, and he's got batting 264, which isn't bad. 10 home runs, 46 RBIs, two stolen bases. On base percentage is 287. He's got a 468 slugging, and his ops is 755. So what do you think about Garcia?
I was about to say that on him. Is that, yeah, he's definitely played much better, seeing more pitches, having more quality at bats, getting his on base percentage has gotten better. Again, just really rounding into form and playing really top tier, smart baseball, and just giving himself an opportunity to get on base more often now.
Yeah, and he's still, I mean, he's still striking out. He's got 38 strikeouts, but like you
Yeah.
said, I think he is seeing more pitches.
Hmm.
And I think he's been more disciplined at the plate. But he is sporadic. I mean, he is like he'll have a 3 for 4 day and then have 2 days where he's 0 for 4, and then he'll come back and bash 2 home runs or something, you know? I mean, it seems like
Yep.
he's pretty sporadic. He needs to work on his consistency with it. But can't complain. I won't complain about 264 and 10 home runs in the first half of the year.
No, no, heck no. No,
All right,
not
third
at
on
all.
here, I have a little bit of a problem with Nasim Nunez. Now, I'll say I have a
Yes,
problem with him,
Nunez.
but
Yeah.
recently, dude's been tearing it up. Um,
Yeah.
the past like 3 to 5 games, he's been on a streak. Okay, but
Hmm.
before today, well, let's see what he did today. Today he was 2 for 3, so he's got his average up to 236.
Yeah,
Um,
236.
I believe what was it, 15, 6 days ago, he was barely batting 200.
Yeah.
So that tells you what kind of streak he's been on for that. So right now, 236. Um, he's got no home runs, 24 RBIs, and I believe he's got 27 on here, but I think he got his 28th stolen base today. That's the good.
Yeah, he leads the league. Yeah, he leads the league in stolen
Leads the league
bases.
in stolen bases.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So he is, I mean, he's got a 236 now. Um, on base percentage to be a little above 315. Um, so he does have 26 walks. So he's getting on base. I don't love the 236. But like I said, about 6 days ago, he was batting barely above 200. So he's raised his
Yeah.
average 30 points or so in 6 days.
Yep.
So dude's on a
That's
heater.
crazy.
But his
Hmm.
his his defense has been bad. Um,
Yeah.
he makes spectacular plays, and you're like, oh my God, this dude is amazing. And then he boots routine balls. And the errors are killing
Yeah.
us. Between Nunez, Abrams, and when House was up, those dudes, they need some serious work in the field. And it's been pretty bad.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. No doubt. I mean, and then obviously the usual suspects. I mean, obviously the big thing is with Wood and Abrams, and I touched on it about how they're one's third in RBIs in the league, one's third in home runs. They're. I mean, the way that they've developed this year. I mean, they're stars, man.
Oh
They're
yeah,
all stars,
yeah,
and it goes without saying. There's not. I mean, there's really nothing more you can say. These guys have been spectacular for us.
yeah,
I mean, Abrams is starting to play like the player we hoped he would be when we got him,
yep,
knowing he was one of the top guys in the farm system.
yep,
Wood has been great. You know, Wood's a local guy, which makes it even cooler.
yeah.
So, you know, it's just great to see. It really
And
is.
both of those were in the Soto trade, right?
Both, yep, both in the Soto trade. Yep,
Amazing that you trade Soto,
amazing.
who wasn't going to sign with us without receiving a legendary contract. You trade him
Hmm.
off. As much people might have been mad at it, you trade him off, and then you end up getting these two guys who are studs. And now people are starting to talk. Hey, do we trade them? Um,
Hmm.
So we'll get into that in a minute, but let's go through this. I'm going to kind of just rifle through the stats for guys so we can really get into that kind of those two guys. Abrams is next on my list. Again, terrible in the field, horrible on the
Yeah,
errors. But um, today, 2 for 4, home run, RBI, 2 runs scored. He's up to 286. So 286 with 17 home runs,
yep,
57 RBIs,
yep,
12 stolen bases, 29 walks. He's got a 366 on base, 520 slugging, and an 885 ops.
yeah,
So batting wise, 25 years old, I don't think you can complain one iota about him. He's everything that you want and more. Um,
yeah,
I would just want him like as a DH right now with the way his defense is. Um,
yeah. His defense is to be desired.
yeah, yeah.
No question
Um,
about that.
I'm gonna skip Brady House because he was sent down to work on his swing, so I'm not gonna get on his what he
Yeah.
was doing before. Dalen Lyle, 23 years old, has been a pleasant surprise to me. He kind of came out of
Yeah.
nowhere last year. 1 for 4 today. He's batting 252. 8 home runs, which is like a lot for him. Um,
Oh yeah.
37 RBIs, 7 stolen bases. And with these lesser guys, I'm not going to get into all the ops and on base percentage and stuff. Um, but he does have 24 walks, so that's good. So he's somebody, again, last year struck out at a good pace, still has 55 strikeouts, but he's walked 24 times. Um, and then under him, you got Jacob Young, um, defensive specialist, I'd say. Um, I mean, dude,
Oh yeah.
he
No
didn't.
question.
Oh, and he ran into the wall yesterday, so he didn't play today. I don't know how serious it is. I haven't heard anything, but he left the game yesterday after he ran into the wall. Um, so he was batting 228, 8 home runs. Again, that's a power surge for him. I don't think he's ever had over five in like
No.
a season in his major league career, including the minors. So 8 home runs, 28 RBIs, 7 stolen bases. So but like I said, he's like a defensive whiz back there. Um, then your
Mhm.
boy James Wood, just
Yep.
ridiculous.
Yep.
Today he was 1 for 2 with the walk. He's batting 270 right now. Um, and he's got 20 home runs, 48 RBIs, 13 stolen bases. He's walked 59 times, but he struck out 104, which you're
Yeah.
going to get with power hitters. You know,
Oh
power,
yeah. Most definitely.
power hitters notoriously strike out a lot. Um,
Yeah.
but again, 23 years old. Um, And then the last one I'm going to talk about because I think I think we traded for Curtis Mead and he's
Yeah.
somebody that we might end up
From
kind of shipping off at the deadline. Joey Weimer, we signed him to kind of a prove it deal, I believe. He might be
Mhm.
traded off. So Dylan Cruz, before I get into his stats, you tell me what you think of Dylan Cruz.
Well, I mean, there's really not much to say. He hasn't really. I mean, you can tell he still has some. He still has some work to do. He's just. I mean, he's been on a tear. We had a couple of games in a row where he got a hit, but if you look at him totality wise, he looks like he should be set down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And you know, I mean, he's not even batting 200. He's right at 200.
yeah,
He looks like he's just not. I mean, again, it just looks like he's not ready for big league pitching yet.
right,
Now, hopefully, it develops and they just keep him in the lineup, and maybe it starts to the light clicks on.
right,
But so far, you can just tell that he's just a little. He looks like a little bit like a deer in headlights right now.
yeah. You're being so
But
nice. You're being so nice. Here's what I'm going to say. Dylan Cruz is a bust.
yeah, okay.
Period.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Mm.
We were praying, me and you were praying that the Pirates would take Cruz and Paul Skeens would be there for us.
Yeah. Yep. And it
Um,
didn't happen.
didn't happen. They took the best available player. Everybody thought Dylan Cruz was going to be a great outfielder. He was going to be the next Bryce Harper. He was going to be
Yeah.
whatever. And I know he hasn't played a lot. And I'm
Mm.
hopeful. I am. I'm hopeful. But my pessimistic side says what you see is what you get. Um,
Yeah.
he, he's 24. Dalen Lyle is 23, and he's doing better than Dylan Cruz. Um,
Yeah.
hell, Jacob Young is batting 228, and that's blowing Dylan Cruz out of the water. So what they
Yeah.
did when they sent him down at first, they did that to get another year of controllability with him. And they
Hmm.
did that. They bought him up the day after. So you can't sit there and say it was no other reason other than they wanted another year of controllability for him. And that's fine.
Hmm.
But 24 years old, and he was 1 for 4 today with the RBI, so he had a double today, but he struck
Hmm.
out 3 times.
Hmm.
He's
Hmm.
got before this game, so you add this one, 110 plate appearances. He's got 5 home runs, 16 RBIs. He's batting 200. He's struck out now 22 times in 110 plate appearances. Um,
Hmm.
I'm going to call it right now. I'm going to say he's going to be a bust. I'm going to say he's just like you said, he's not ready for major league pitching. Shame, because I think the SEC is actually a pretty good baseball conference. Obviously not like football. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm out. I think he's done, and I'd like to be proven wrong. I'll say that on record. If you're a Nats fan and watching this, and you say, "Oh man, you suck," you're saying, "No, I want him to succeed. I want our players to succeed." Because I want the team to do good. We loved seeing them win a World Series. Never thought it would happen in my lifetime. Would
Nope.
love to see him get
Nope.
back there, but
Yep.
he's got to he's got to turn the corner at some point. Granted, he's just came up last year, but he's 24 years old. I mean, is he going to be a late bloomer or what?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely him. You hope he is a late bloomer. It's just hard to really say. I mean, like I said before, he just looks like a deer in headlights, and then he looks like he's just not ready for big league pitching. I'm trying to be an optimist and just think that maybe the light will come on, and we'll see. Baseball is probably the hardest sport to play at the big league level. So many great players never get past double A ball.
Right.
So it's hard to say. But yeah, I mean, so far, not what we've hoped for, and we'll just see how it plays out.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
Um, all right. So we're going to get into the two studs on the team and what we think about possible trade. We're going to start with CJ Abrams. I got his contract terms right here. Right now, he's making 4,200,000. He avoided arbitration. He's got 2 more years of arbitration eligibility, free agent in 2029. All right. What do you think of keep him and sign him to a long-term deal or trade him and get a plethora of prospects?
Well, the old way would be, obviously you trade off players when you can't compete, but the difference now, for the first time in 7 years, we're relevant. Now, whether that stays or not remains to be seen, but we're relevant. We've got a shot at a wild card. We're playing good baseball. I think at some point in time, you got to eventually keep your talent, because if you continue to trade off your talent, it's one thing to trade off your talent when you're in the basement. And to be fair to us, a lot of these trades that we've made over the last couple of years for our players has been when we have been at the bottom of the basement.
Right.
But now we're not. We're respectable. We're relevant. We're pesky. We're playing good baseball. You got a couple of young talented guys. Keep them. I
Right.
mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, again, the purpose of trading off talent is when you're not competitive and you want to give yourself more assets to try to build a team.
Right.
Now we're starting to turn the corner. You don't want to trade guys off now when we're starting to turn the corner. That's
Right.
counterproductive,
Right.
in my opinion.
Okay.
So,
I want to rifle through these two real quick. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. We got about 10 more minutes. But I do want to get into some of the pitching because it's basically been atrocious. But my thoughts on CJ Abrams, yeah, I think you go ahead and you go ahead and keep him. Like I said, he's still, got 2 more years with us before he hits free agency. Um, and I think to me, I would re-sign him. Now
mhm.
James Wood, I'm going to start that off right now. He's got 1.091 years of entering the season. So I guess he's like at 1.3 or something now or something. I don't like the way they did that. He's not making any money, but he's got 3 more years of control, and he'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2031. And here's my caveat. He's represented by Scott Boras.
Yes,
At this
and
point,
that could
I
be a
say
problem.
maybe not this year, maybe next year, you ship him off. And you
Mhm.
get a huge haul for him because Boris will not sign an early contract. So you'll have him in through the 2030 season. So if you think right now, sitting here, that you can go to a World Series with him by 2030, then you keep him and play it out. Um, but right now, I just don't see that as a possibility. Yeah, you could flip around. You'll get into the pitching stats, but my thing is maybe you give it this year, maybe you give it next year. But if your pitching staff doesn't improve markedly, then you don't want to deal with Scott Boras on a contract. He's going to ask
No.
for the largest contract ever made. He'll probably be the first $1 billion player or something, by the time 2031
Yep.
comes around. So I'm all for just if you want to get rid of him, if you get the offer this year, send him this year. And I understand what you're saying about don't trade off your assets, but the Scott Boras thing bothers me and worries me. And if you're a Washington fan and you know Scott Boras also represented who?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. And
Yep.
we offered, and granted, we did offer stuff with all the damn um, deferrals, but you know who took deferrals? A ton of them? Shohei Ohtani.
Yep.
He deferred almost his whole damn contract. I mean, it's
Yep.
ridiculous. So that goes to show you that it can be done. People do it.
Yep.
It's just Bryce Harper wasn't going to do it, and he wanted to be the highest paid player through Scott Boras. He wanted that contract. He got it
Hmm.
for about 3 weeks, and then Mike Trout took it from him. Um,
Yep.
so all that pomp and circumstance with Harper for there, and I say all that to say if you can stay away from a Scott Boras client, you do it. So my vote is to trade James Wood either this year or next year because with the amount of control you have, you'll get a plethora of players.
Oh yeah. No question about that. I agree with that 100%. You would get a lot with all the controllable years he has left. Yep. No question.
So you're good with trading him?
I would say because Scott Boras is the agent, I would lean towards kind of agreeing with you on that respect because it's Scott Boras. If it was not Scott Boras, I would say no, but the Scott Boras factor definitely should play in here. So I agree.
Okay.
That should be factored in.
All
Yes.
right. Now you have the stats for our pitching staff. Let's concentrate more on the starting pitchers. Um, and you kind of let me know what we're looking at with our starting pitchers.
Well, there's not really much to say. I mean, the pleasant surprise has been Griffin. You know,
Yeah.
Griffin is 7-2 with a 3.32 ERA. That's been great. I love that. Um, Cavalli started off hot. It's not terrible. I mean, he's 4-4. He's got a 4.07 ERA, so it's not great, not
Right.
terrible. He started off real good, and it's kind of tapered off some.
Right.
Um, you got obviously Mikolas. He's got a 5.47
He's
ERA.
been
Like I said,
terrible.
there's not much. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's just not much positive from the pitching. You
Mhm.
know, our hitting has been so good. Our offense has been so good. It's kind of masked some of the pitching.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only pitcher, quite frankly, that's been worth talking about has been the surprise of Griffin. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
he's got a 7-2 record, a 3.32 ERA, 80 strikeouts. Um, I mean, that speaks for itself. He's been a pleasant surprise. Everybody else has either been pedestrian or below.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not even gonna, I mean, even Jake Irvin. I mean, Jake Irvin, he's got a 5.23 ERA. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just horrible.
Yeah.
Um, now, obviously, um, Brad Lord has been good.
A
Um,
reliever. A
in
reliever.
relief, that's in relief duty.
Yeah.
And that's been the one positive
Yeah.
is him in relief duty.
Yeah.
Um, but other than him relieving, everyone else, it's just been a disappointment.
Yeah.
You know.
And I had seen 6 days ago Ribalta was doing really good. Um and then the last two games he's gotten torched.
Oh,
So
he's gotten killed. Yeah.
so I mean they've done they a terrible job. Let's just a terrible job with the pitching staff as far as
Yeah.
who they have on the pitching staff. Foster
Yep.
Griffin, I don't care if we're in the wild card hunt or not. He's under a 1 year, $5.5 million contract. You trade him at the trade deadline.
Yes.
You trade him to a
Yes.
contending team and get yourself a young pitcher to try to bring into the equation next year or year after, 2 years later, whatever. But there's no way there's no way you do not trade him because you don't have any other pieces really. Now, granted, some people, whether they're left-handed, they may stink like Clayton Beeter. I think he's left-handed,
Mhm.
or he's at least a sidearm pitcher. Um, there might be some people looking at him for specialty work in the playoffs. Trade him. He's 27 years old. He's been up and down. I think he's tied for the lead with us with saves with five, I believe. But I mean, it's a. I love that Rizzo built a World Series team, but overall, we talked about this before, me and you. His drafting was bad overall.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, yeah. Oh, big
I,
picture. Yes.
I
Yes.
mean, he just and they would go pitch heavy. Other than when they first got in and they had, and that, I don't even think that was Rizzo. That was another one that put together the Jordan Zimmerman and got Chad Cordero as the closer and all that. That was the previous GM. That wasn't even Rizzo,
Y-
was it?
Yeah. No. Yeah. That was the original GM. That was not Rizzo. Not those early
So
ones. No.
so yeah, Rizzo, man, he just he was the old school mentality, which I was fine with. But when you look at what we have in the pipeline, man, it's just not much to it. Not much to it
Hmm.
at all.
Hmm.
So um, we're gonna have to do something with that, and that's why I say if you get a crazy, they won't do it. Taboni won't do it. It would have to be a ridiculous offer to get Wood out of there, being as he's under control through 2030. But
Oh yeah.
overall, I just want to say, I want to close this out. Excuse me, with saying super happy with what the Nationals are doing. I think the trajectory is heading up, and I'm not ashamed to be a Washington Nationals fan at this point.
No, not at all. Not at
You
all.
got any
Yeah.
any
Very,
final
like I said,
words
pleasant
before we
surprise.
close
They've
up?
been.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Just love what they've been doing. Excited. Hope everything works out there in the wild card hunt. It's been fun to watch. They're in meaningful baseball for the first time in a while, and it's just great to see.
Yes. All right. So as much as I poo-poo certain players, they're playing as a team and they're doing pretty decent. So next time we'll get on here, we'll have some more different things for you to show that yes, we do actually keep up with other teams other than the Commanders. I believe that I think the NBA draft is in 2 days, so I think we're going to have to hit one next week and talk about the draft.
Yes, Tuesday. Tuesday is the NBA draft. Yes.
Okay, so next week
Yep.
we'll set up a time, we'll get together and we'll do another one for the talk about the Wizards. All right, thank you all for
Yes.
watching. Like, subscribe, and we appreciate it. And leave comments. We love to hear it, we love to see it, and we love to argue with you. All right,
Yep.
peace.
Heck yeah.